Welcome to Day 2, March 15th, Week of AI by TeacherGoals. Special thanks to Schemely Course Creator for sponsoring Monday's event.
Teachers spend, on average, 7.5 hours a week planning. Every year, hundreds of thousands of teachers plan their curriculum in isolation.
Meanwhile, the pressure of workload is increasing and staff turnover is at an all-time high.
What if it could be different? At Schemely, we're teachers who believe it can. How? A course creation tool that empowers busy teachers to find, create, generate, and edit lesson plans, teaching resources, and course maps in a click.
Schemely is made by teachers for teachers, driven by educational research and supercharged with AI.
Say goodbye to reinventing the wheel. Say hello to Sundays. Get more time with your students, front and center. Plan smarter
with Schemely.
The next session will begin in 20 seconds. Hi, welcome to Day 2 of Week of AI, and we have our special sponsored session with Schemely Course Creator. I'm Amanda Fox, and this is my co-host.
Hi, I'm Erica Sandstrom, known as Green Screen Gal, and I'm so honored and grateful to be here. Go for it, Amanda. You're going to tell us about our awesome sponsor here.
All right, our awesome sponsor is Schemely Course Creator. We have Jamie Taylor here today, and he's going to talk a little bit about the app and how it works, including a demo. It's pretty amazing. I've got to play with it a little bit myself. Did you have your intro video?
I do. So here we are with AI and all the reasons why we use it. This one has a broken tooth and went to the dentist. So no, I have not been drinking, but I have a numb mouth. But hey, what a perfect time to show you some fun AI. So let's meet Jamie. Okay.
Jamie has 18 years of experience teaching in some of England's top schools and colleges. As a lifelong learner with a master's in education focusing on diagnostic assessment, he passionately advocates for reducing teacher workload through technology. To achieve this, Jamie founded and developed Schemely, the AI course creation platform revolutionizing curriculum design. With Schemely, Jamie's goal is to empower teachers everywhere to work smarter, not harder, to build amazing lessons and courses.
So that is with the fantastic DID platform. If you want to learn how to make your own speaking avatars, please check out our next session with John Wick. But without further ado, here's Jamie.
Yay!
How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good evening or afternoon over there, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm on the coffee. I'm in London. Really good to see everyone. And I've been teaching all day as well. And my 9 o'clock was a bit of a toughie. And we're talking 13 hours ago now. So hang in there with me. And thank you for bearing with the technical issues with sharing my screen. It turns out I can build an app, but I'm not very good at using screen software. So
that's what live is all about.
for being a trooper and joining us after a long day. I know it is really late over there. You and Dan drew the short end of the stick joining the conference with the time zones. So AI can do a lot of things, but it can do nothing for time zones. So
You had someone over in Australia yesterday, didn't you? I'm not sure. Was he early morning or he was great, by the way.
he was Brett Salakis. He was early morning. We have another Aussie on Friday, Jonathan Nalder. He's going to be talking about AI and design thinking and STEM projects, like using it for project design. So we've got a lot of amazing presentations left in this week. We're just in day 2, but enough about that. Let's go straight into learning about Schemely, and we're going to drop down below and give you the show.
No problem.
So excited. Have fun.
So pleased to be here, and it was really interesting to see the talk earlier on. Yeah, I'm a teacher in the UK. I've been teaching for 18 years, believe it or not. I moisturize. I'm remembering the calls during COVID when we had lots and lots of lessons, and you'd drop a joke and you weren't quite sure what the response was. I'm quite jealous of Dan's McFlurry, but I've got my coffee, so I'll soldier on. Schemely is an app for teachers, obviously, and I started to put it together about a year ago in collaboration with a few people in order to solve the problem around planning in schools in the UK. In particular. So in the UK, there's a stat, actually. It's a little bit of an old stat now. It's a few years old, but apparently teachers spend 7.5 hours a week on their planning, a lot of time. And being a teacher myself, I'm aware of what that involves. The big Word document tables with sprawling weekly plans and, references to various different boxes that needed to be ticked, important ones, but sometimes felt quite perfunctory doing it. And I just thought there must be a better way, because especially when we have such low teacher retention, we've got teachers going on strike in the UK at the moment over pay. And, how can we reduce workload? How can we prevent people from reinventing the wheel? When I was a trainee 18 years ago, I remember coming up with lessons in isolation, or if I was lucky when I had a good mentor, getting some tips there. But the web's been around for 30 years, so I always wondered, when I got going with putting this app together, why don't we leverage that and share each other's plans? So that was the idea behind Schemely. And then I had the jaw drop moment in December, like everyone else has had recently, I'm sure, where I tried ChatGPT and I thought, this has got to be added in, because if you can not only enable teachers to share each other's planning, but you can also enable them to generate it with the assistance of, a co-pilot, as it were, then that's just awesome. So that's what I've been working on with colleagues ever since. So let's dive in. Let's have a look at it rather than you listening to me wittering on, fueled by caffeine. So I'm just going to put in a random lesson title now and generate a lesson. This is just a landing page on Schemely, and you can make whole courses in minutes on Schemely. That's the idea behind it. You can find them as well. You can find other people's courses, and you can generate lessons that are fully resourced. So let's hit generate and see how we go. So we're currently generating a lesson on photosynthesis. I was inspired yesterday by, I think Dan was talking about it a bit in his talk. So that's probably where subliminally that idea has come from. And as you can see, what it's doing is it's generating the lesson. And not only that, but it's creating a Kahoot quiz. And just behind the pop-up window there, you can see it's also generating a Quizlet. So what the teacher is going to be able to do, anyone who's not familiar with Quizlet, you can create flashcards and study sets. One of the reasons why this is tied in with Quizlet is because of, spaced retrieval practice, educational research sits underneath this software and influences it quite heavily. So the prompts that it's using in relation to AI are fine-tuned to match up with, the latest and greatest in educational research. So the plan should be coming up any second now. And what you'll see is, as well, once your plan has come up, a task that might take you about half an hour has been generated by AI within a matter of seconds, really, around about 2 minutes. It's currently taking. What you can then do with your generated plan is you can also email that to yourself. So you can also edit it as soon as it appears. And it's effectively just like kind of a Google Doc. So let's just give it a few more seconds to come up. Okay, so what we've got is, because the API is in high demand, we'll just quickly generate that again. However, it looks like it might take 4 minutes instead of 2, but not a major issue if we're saving about 25. What you can also do with lesson plans is you can also incorporate them into whole courses, and you can generate courses too. And that's something that I'm going to be demonstrating as part of this stream once we've got our plan. When it generates a Kahoot quiz, it actually links in to Kahoot's pre-made template. So it will generate that template for you and email it straight over to you when you click it on the plan, which we will see shortly. It can also generate the Quizlet study set, as we said. So it should just be another 15 seconds before it comes through. Come on, you've got this. Okay, so if we just give it another few seconds. Thank you for that comment, Bonnie. Yeah, the way it integrates with Quizlet is great. Now, I'm not sure whether being on incognito mode here on Chrome might be affecting the generation of the lesson plan. So I might just switch out from incognito and share my screen over on standard Chrome, and it should work. The reason why I've gone incognito is so that I could jump on there without it having my specific login lined up. So I'm just going to jump across to a different version. So apologies for that. And let me just instead share where you can find your courses and your lessons on Schemely. Okay, so this is where the user lands when they log in. And you can see that it has your plans, and you can click on each plan, and it's arranged in 3 tiers. So you have the course, then you have the topic or unit, whatever you'd like to call it. And then within that, you have your lessons. So you just click on each unit and then you get to your lessons. If you like, you don't have to hold lessons within whole courses. You can hold lessons just separately. and you can also generate courses and lessons from your homepage here. If we go to take a look at this lesson on fractions, you can see here the plan and also the option to generate your Quizlet flashcards, to generate a Kahoot quiz, and also to link to YouTube. And let's just, now that we're logged in and all is good, let me correctly spell photosynthesis, and we'll give that another go. How old was I when I learned photosynthesis? Okay, great, Hugh. I'm glad that you managed to generate a lesson plan there, and it was on Gulliver's Travels. Fantastic. Glad to see that it's working better for you than it is for me at the moment. I know that currently there's such high demand for what are called API calls that sometimes the AI request just takes that little bit longer and requires requesting again. Question from Jordan: can you specify based on curriculum, or do I have to outline the grade level restrictions I want for my area? Yeah, at the moment, Schemely supports UK qualifications, but the plan on the roadmap is to add in US qualifications and worldwide qualifications. Although what the AI can do is, if you, in your prompt, in your title, if you write the name of the curriculum that you want it to refer to, then it will generate a lesson that is based around that curriculum. That's how powerful it is, because obviously, you know, as we've learned in the last few months, the AI itself, the large language models, are trained on billions of words online. And as Dan was explaining last night in his really insightful talk, the amount of words there would take thousands of years for a single human to read at quite a high rate, whereas the AI has instant access to all of it, including your curriculum that you work on. Okay, so we're just generating a lesson here. You can see that we've also automatically created an image here. And when the lesson has finally generated, then we can swap out that image just by clicking on it if we need to. What you might want to do, just as this is generating, is if you hop on to schemely.app, then it should be easy enough to generate a plan yourself. Very strange, because as you know, some of you have already managed to generate plans, and for some reason at this end, hi there, Dr. Harvis or Harves. For some reason at this end, it doesn't seem to be generating. It looks like there may be an issue with the API call, which I would need to look into in the background. So Angela's got one that's generating. You know, it's great to see that it's working for everyone. It's been working for me all day, but you know how these things go. I hope your courses that are being generated and your lesson plans that are being generated are as amazing as the ones that I've seen this come up with. It's a bit of a shame. I'm gonna jump out of this, and yeah, it would be great if you could give it, and I'll just give this one last go. shall we go for? Let's go music production. This is what I was lucky enough to be teaching this morning. And you can see, thanks for your question earlier on. Someone asked about tailoring it to your curriculum. You can certainly link it to an age group. So my lesson, the average age was about 17 earlier on. So I'm just going to give that a go there, and we'll see what it comes up with. Don't know whether it's in relation to perhaps the computer interacting with StreamYard, but we'll give it one last go. And then after that, we can dive in a little bit to how the courses are structured, how they appear, how you can edit them really easily. And it would be wonderful if it came up with this lesson plan. It's actually been doing it no problems for the last couple of months, so it could possibly be the way that my computer's interacting with new software. Okay, so we'll give that a few more seconds. Come on. Those of you who are eagle-eyed might be able to see my little boy in the top corner on my back at the zoo in my profile picture. And you might also be able to see, I tried to exclude it from my background image, but it's the Paw Patrol lookout tower. Has just about made it into the bottom corner. Okay, we'll just give that a few more seconds. Now, someone has got it, Elena got it, you got it to write a lesson plan on stoichiometry, and I'm just going to hope that I've pronounced that correctly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get, while that's generating there, I'm going to get another tab on the go here. I hope everyone can see that. And then I'm just going to dive in to my courses so that we can have a tinker around with generated. Much of this was generated today. So yeah, I do apologize. I'm really not sure what's leading it to it being like that. So we've got, yeah, someone's just managed to generate a lesson on the same topic, photosynthesis. And so there must be something wrong with my connection. No problem. Okay, let's take a look at, I actually generated one on photosynthesis earlier. And you can see here, now this is purely AI generated. Someone put a comment about the API there, but I didn't quite spot that. Oh, there were API issues yesterday, apparently. Model overloaded. Okay. Not to worry. Let's have a look at this example. That still seems to be thinking about it there. So we'll let that whir away in the background. This was purely written using AI. And something that really astounded me was when GPT-3 was upgraded to GPT-4, the standard of the lesson plans is just amazing. It's really, as people talked about in the previous talk, it is for inspiration, really, the ability for people to be influenced, by this, use it as a starting point to get over that blank page problem and to just have a great lesson ready to go, fully cooked. But of course, every teacher's different. We know that. So, you can jump in here. It's essentially like a Google Doc. So if you wanted to add an additional objective, whatever that might be, and then you just click, it automatically just saves that there and then. If you want to generate a Quizlet, then you click the little Q, or you can generate Quizlet clicking the bigger button there. You can see that it's thinking about that. I think we're having a little bit more joy with the API call on that one. And so in a second, once it's generated that Quizlet, it will send me an email. So it says, check your email inbox. So look away now for GDPR, if you don't mind. Let's take a look. And we have some people who are signing up. We've got some Kahoot quizzes that people are generating. The Kahoot quiz generator does a similar job, and we're going to jump into my other account, which will have received there's my Quizlet set there on photosynthesis. I've got a copy of that, the digital citizenship that has come through. Jordan, that's fantastic to hear. This thing is amazing. It really is amazing. So it was quite disappointing that the first lesson didn't generate. So I can see that you've still got my one tab open there. So I'm just going to unshare the screen, and I'm going to show you my Quizlet. I imagine you're probably having more fun using this app than you are watching me attempt to use it, despite the fact that I was the person who was supposed to have predominantly developed it. But I'm going to share just so that you can see. I'm going to share all my emails with you, and you can see, oh great, we've got some people generating Kahoot quizzes. We've got one on space, and we've got a Quizlet set on photosynthesis, and let's have a look at that to see what it's come up with. And you can see here, wicked. So we've got a photosynthesis Quizlet, and you can see that this is Quizlet's format that they require. So as soon as you log in to Quizlet, you can import all of this, and it will instantly create a Quizlet study set. Similarly with Kahoot, it's in the predetermined Kahoot quiz there. I see that you are currently looking at my screen rather than the emails. I will get used to StreamYard one of these days, I promise. Just not today. Right, let's jump back onto sharing courses page again. It's using version 4. We've got a question from Marcus. It's using a GPT-4. What I found is we've used GPT-4 for the lesson plans because it's just so unbelievably creative. And for the Kahoots and the Quizlets, we're on 3.5 because what we found is with those, a Kahoot and a Quizlet, it's pretty much factual. It's quite about knowledge and information. So 3.5 is more than powerful enough to sort that. If I click here, you can see that it's just sent me an email of my lesson plan as well. Now, because I'm not able to open another tab easily, I wouldn't be able to show you that email, but it's a Google Doc. So if you find yourself in school and, for example, if you happen to have an observation process that requires you to send a lesson plan, then you can instantly get that by just clicking here. I was conscious when we were building this of the importance of you having flexibility, of teachers being able to get your plans out of the app as much as you need to. Let's see whether we have any joy with the API call, creating a course. So I'm just going to say biology GCSE, and then we've got UK qualifications at the moment, but as I said, we're looking to expand out. In the back end of this app, we've got all of the UK qualifications that we can draw on. So I'm going to go for the Pearson at Excel one. And you can customize the number of projects that you want. It defaults to 5. Let's just say that we want 5 projects or units or whatever you'd like to call them. Now we can just generate that manually. This software was originally built in order for you to just generate courses really quickly and easily and then share them as well. And you can also generate one just by using the AI. Now I'm going to let that go in the background, and I'm just going to let you take a look at the Explore page, which allows you to look. And this was the original power. So NCEA in New Zealand. I'm going to make a note of that right now, because the more the merrier. By the way, can you see in the corner, we've got a little chat icon here. If you do have any hitches or questions, we've got customer support to help you out there. Just drop a message and we'll get back to you if you've got any questions or you've got any requests, like additions of qualifications and things like that. I'm just going to have a little scan through here, and I can star the courses that I like the look of. So I've just starred that one, and physics first principles. We've got a GCSE maths one. We've got this biology GCSE here. So what you can actually do is if you star it, and then when you've starred a course, you then go into your starred courses. So let's find this physics first principles in here. If you decide that so yeah, demand is really high on the API at the moment. It's just come up with that at the top. If you go into that course and you decide that you like it, this is a really powerful thing as well, an opportunity for teachers to share each other's courses and plans. Just hit duplicate there. And I see, because there's high usage of the app at the moment. Okay, so that's something that we can certainly take a look at, because when you get that bump in traffic, just making sure that is supported. But when you click duplicate, then what that enables you to do is, okay, let's duplicate this physics first principles. Again, it's saying that there's high demand at the moment, so there's some capacity and traffic management needed there. But what it will do is it will add this to your plans. It will then appear in your plans. I duplicated one just before this call, actually. A music technology. Oh, hang on, it's done it. We've got our biology GCSE course there. It's just duplicated it. It's come through, and so you can see the power of just being able to adopt and adapt someone else's plans off the bat. You can also upload any resources that you want to your course. So it's a bit like Moodle, if anyone's used Moodle. Let's just chuck that on there. Okay, so that's just a file there. And then how about if we put a web address in, just randomly? I'll just put the BBC web address, but you can also put Google Drive links in here. In fact, let's go to this Drive file here, this photosynthesis Quizlet, and let's add that in. So I'm just going to say photosynthesis Quizlet, and I'm going to add the link in there, and you can see that I've now got the link for that in there. Let's try grabbing another Drive link. Okay, let's go to. Okay, I don't want to, I don't want to necessarily reveal what the plans that you guys have made, but yeah, you can pretty much add any file that you want to right here, and it attaches to your course. You can also, if you like, you can attach a file to a lesson or a topic as well. So if I go to my introductory exercises lesson for my initial assessment in GCSE maths, and I go to resources, I can attach I can attach the Schemely logo to that. And there it is. And then you can see that what it automatically does is that it attaches those to the topic. And then it also attaches them to the overall course as well. And you can see that we've got quite a lot of resources attached to the course. So hopefully that's given you a really helpful overview. We've also got an assessment calendar, by the way, where you can decide on when you're, so let's find that GCSE maths course. These are all of the units, and you can just very easily set your assessment schedule of what you want to be assessed when. And then you can refer to that in a calendar view, and you can move your units around so that you can change where you want them to be assessed. So that's obviously a really good way of helping you to prevent assessment bunching in a visual way, and to just really quickly map out your course. The whole idea of this app really that we're excited about is the fact that teachers can quickly and instantly knock up courses that are put together in a way that makes sense, that looks quite modern, that's fast, hopefully responsive. We'll have a look at that API call after this call to make sure that it's always that bit more reliable. Let's just try that compression one once more. But I think we have covered all of the benefits that sit within there, and hopefully this is getting people's imaginations going. Oh, great. Someone in Alberta, Canada has tried for the Canadian curriculum. And if you specify it when you're putting your course name in or your lesson name in, then it will actually create that for you. It will relate it to your course. It is amazing what the large language models have been trained on. Yeah, I know that, I've heard Dan mention before, Dan Fitzpatrick, who wrote the AI book, which I've been following closely. He said there are some apps that kind of relate quite closely to ChatGPT. I would say that it's really important that we've got the ChatGPT type functionality built into this, but hopefully, as you can see, it's a lot more than that. It's an opportunity for teachers to share their planning and to cross collaborate really worldwide. In my college, sometimes we flirt with the idea of linking up with local people in our district and finding out what they're doing and going and visiting, when in fact we've got the whole web out there, when we could be combining all of our plans with everyone and iterating and raising the boats together, really. Oh, yeah. So thank you so much for listening. Apologies for the API call tech issues. I'll get straight on that after this.
No, some of that was my fault. I am going to tell you that when you shared your screen again, I forgot to put it on. So that wasn't even your fault. And don't even worry about, lives go this way. This is how it is. I mean, I have half a face numb right now. It's just,
look,
but
we've got a lesson appeared. Glory be.
Look at that, just when you were worried.
Erica, yeah, just as it even flashed up in a gradual way. We've got a lesson on music production compression. By the way, we've got a YouTube link that comes up straight away as well. Click on that and it comes up.
I'm hooked.
And it comes up on the next tab. Although it's an advert for Grammarly, but
that is amazing. That was the one I couldn't wait to see generated. I'm like, come on.
You're on that YouTube. Yeah, just the instant you type the name of the lesson, you've got your YouTube link and you're good to go. Yeah.
It's so true. Dr. Harves has had the best comment. Sharon is caring. His food basket, we can feed the village. And he's so right. It's just amazing. I am literally you just wrote my lesson plan for tomorrow. I cannot wait to go show this to my student, to create some stuff for my students. I'm psyched. And the comments you did a great job. The comments everyone is so excited. So thank you so much. Schemely and Jamie. Jamie, I hope I said that right. And I'm going to blame my numb mouth.
Jamie, yeah. No, it's just, you know what? It's just so great to be sharing it because, you know, when you're building the thing and iterating and getting it to where it needs to be, you know how useful it can be. But I'm just really pleased to be at that early stage of putting it out there. And do drop any, you know, chat requests in at the bottom right of the app. Someone will get back to you. We'll
Yeah.
keep iterating on it, and hopefully it can be a community for people to teach on and iterate on the best plans. So
Yes.
yeah.
Exactly. And definitely reach out here. I'm sure that this stream of comments will keep going. So we want to thank you for coming on. That was that. I keep doing that, but that's my. I mean, I overslept this morning because I was so exhausted from having my mind blown yesterday. But now here we go again. So thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Dan's talk was pretty. Things are moving fast, aren't they? Like, it's great to see a community of people who are just on the roller coaster.
I
But
mean,
when it's saving so much time for teachers, then it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
that it is a no brainer. Like I was telling people yesterday, let go of all the negative stuff you hear and just start playing. You know, I've been teaching 31 years and I am psyched for all of this. And I wish it was her. I just more mad that I didn't know sooner because it does save you time, but it also, you know, your own creativity goes through the roof. So I played all day with my students today and thanks again. And we're actually going to jump to the next session and I don't want to, I'm going to keep playing, but we'll come back to you. So I'm sure we'll be talking to you again. I'm sure I'll see you again.
Thank you so much for having me on, and
Oh, you're
enjoy planning, everyone, and thanks for your kind comments.
Oh, we are psyched. So so we will see you soon. And Jamie is you can get a hold of him, but also next up is John Wick. It has already started. So I will sign off here and send you all to the live that Amanda has already started with our very own John Wick. Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks so
Bye,
much.
everybody.
Thank you.
Oops. Yeah.